Hello and welcome to another update on the Ukraine war. In this one, we'll be starting out in the Luhansk front. Here we can see that there is a lack of fighting ongoing in this front line. This is because neither side have been able to locate any weak points and have succeeded in a breakthrough. The fighting around Novoselivsk has left Novoselivsk as a gray zone, which means neither side controls it. And generally on this front line, we can say that the hostilities have ended for now, but it is only the calm before the storm, as both sides are still building up their forces and sending in more reinforcements. Moving on to the northern front around the Belarus and Russia area, we see that Ukraine are reinforcing their border lines with Russia and Belarus, making sure that they have enough troops in these areas for when Russia inevitably attacks from the north, as they have sent troops to the northern area, including Belarus as well as Kursk and other villages and cities on these border lines here. As for the Bakhmut front, we see that the Russians are intensifying their attacks, specifically around Bakhmutsk. As Ryber shows in the latest map, most of Bakhmutsk captured by Russia, which means that they're focusing a lot of their forces around Soledar. Further south towards Bakhmut, we see that the Russians have restarted their attacks towards Opitne, trying to capture the village and get control of the road south of Bakhmut. With this, especially here in these muddy times, it is very essential for the Russians to control the roads. However, the Ukrainians have proven that they're very capable of defending Opitne and keeping the Russians from taking control of it. Further south, the Russians have actually started fighting. From this village they captured here in the south and have moved upwards through the highway towards Osaryanivka, as well as Kurdyumivka, this area here, and they have started engaging the Ukrainian forces here in the south, trying to get control of the western part of this valley here, south of Bakhmut. Further south to the Donetsk and Volodar fronts, the Donetsk front in general is basically the same, as there's been no updates on this area. This most likely indicates that the fighting is ongoing and there's no clear evidence of any changes on the front line. Further south towards the Volodar front, there's a lot of updates, as Ukraine has sent a lot of reinforcements to this front line to make sure that the Russians don't achieve any breakthroughs, and they've also sent a lot of UAVs over this area to make sure that they know how many forces Russia has focused on around this area and make sure that they have adequate forces to prevent any Russian breakthrough. The Russians are trying and focusing their forces around Novomykhailivka as of now, and they have full control of Pavlivka, which they want to keep, so they're sending forces here to the city to prevent any Ukrainian forces from invading and taking control of it. And that's it for this update. Thank you all for watching and have a great day.